you've described a huge workforce, so over 150 teaching assistants and 25 teachers. So the demands of personnel issues and performance management issues must be very great.
They are.
Can you describe how you use appraisal or performance management to get the best out of your staff?
Well, the appraisal system, you know, it's interesting, isn't it? It's a bit like governance. The system is imposed on the school, isn't it? So we have to have governors, we have to have an appraisal system. And it may not be a system that if you were given free rein you would automatically have, but you've got to do it, so therefore you make the very best use of it. And it's how I apply it to governors as well. You know, I'm going to make the very best use of my governors, and they are brilliant, they are really good. And I have to make the very best use of the appraisal system as well. And that means giving staff time to do it effectively. So the first thing we've done with our appraisal system is they were very much involved when the changes happened a couple of years ago in actually guiding us to choose the right changes. How are we going to apply it as a school? And we involved everyone. So we had training for all staff, TAs included, as to actually these are the things we could do, what would our staff want? So they were very much involved in that process. We then had training in how we're going to implement a successful appraisal process. And we come back to, so what would a SMART target look like? It had to be SMART. What were the success criteria? What would they look like? How would we manage the difficult conversations around it? So a lot of training has gone into it. As I mentioned earlier, we've changed the performance management because we realised that because our large number of support staff, we needed to also look at professional conduct targets. It wasn't just about targets to do with literacy or to do with numeracy, it was about a way of working. And so we introduced professional conduct targets, and we feel as a staff that it's worked really well. But in introducing them, we had to train them on what that meant. We had to train them on how you can get the most out of people, how you have a difficult conversation with a person, all those sorts of things. So we've done a lot of training around performance management. We've changed our performance management. We're still changing it because we still realise we need more time to sit and talk to staff about what they do. I mean, as well as performance management, so as well as having those meetings, I personally have wellbeing supervision meetings with all my staff, with all teaching staff, not TAs, and I have those 3 times a year, and that really is about them as a person, is about them just to talk quite openly about what concerns them, not just in their teaching, in their school life, but elsewhere, because other things may be impacting on what they're doing. And I think staff value that as well. So what we mustn't see is the performance management, the appraisal bit, in total isolation for everything else that goes on. Of course, it's got to be linked really clearly to your CPD, your professional development, and in that school it can be. In this school it can be. I read all the performance management. I don't do them all, but I read them all. I discuss them with the senior and middle leadership so that we know we got the right CPD, that we're attaching it to the right people, and so on. So it's all the other things that go round to performance management. It mustn't just be an add-on. You know, you have to do it. We're quite rigorous. We don't put everyone through it. We don't, you know, if people haven't achieved their targets, we don't automatically give them a pay increase. It is related to pay.